welcome to the Tesla Model X Plaid. This is the Generation 2. This has 1,020 horsepower. We're in the safest place that I currently know in the area of Tennessee to launch a vehicle. We got farms on both sides of us. Now I'm gonna actually launch this car for you. In order to launch it, as you can see, put your foot on the brake. It's gonna go ahead and drop the car into cheetah mode. Oh my God, oh my God. All right, that's 120. I think that's fast enough. What about you? Good Lord. So there you go, guys. That just never gets old. I probably will not do that in this car, being my personal car, very often, because you do have to condition the battery, which takes about 30 minutes to do. But as you can see, if you want to go crazy fast and go to 100 in a matter of seconds, you absolutely can. And again, I just demonstrated that for you guys on a back road like that, just so you can get a little idea of what you can do in this car. Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Adam, and if you clicked on this thumbnail, you are interested in the new Tesla Model X Gen 2 Plaid Edition. Now, I've had 3 Tesla Model X's. My original one was a 2016 Model X P100D. Just did a video on that one selling the car because it was out of warranty, so I gave my thoughts on the top right-hand screen. You can click on that thumbnail if you want to check it out. And I also did a first week overview of that entire car so you can see what it was like back in 2019 when I bought it second owner. Now, first things first, do not buy this car brand new. That's my first recommendation for you. These things are going to lose about $15,000 to $20,000 driving it off the lot. I picked this thing up with 5,200 miles just last week in the $70,000 range, okay? So be mindful, there are deals out there. And by the way, it only had 5,200 miles. Now, when this car came out, and by the way, just look at Ultra Red. Is that not a good looking color? Is that not a good looking color? That is a premium color, $3,000. Actually, I think now it's $2,500, but it used to be $3,000. And speaking of prices, when this car came out, it was $129,000. It's a $130,000 vehicle. Then Tesla screwed everybody who bought one, and they dropped the price down to $99,000. Then they dropped it again $5,000 to $95,000. Now that was before you put in white seats and Ultra Red, which this one has. So just be careful with Tesla. They come out with something new, like even the Cybertruck, they've been dropping the price on that now. They're having a hard time selling them. So just wait a little bit, buy one used. EVs are out of favor right now, so you can get a great deal. I'm seeing Model X's, maybe not the Plaids, but I'm seeing the base versions in the 50s and the 60s already. Go grab one. It's a ton of car, ton of value, and I'm gonna show you everything about why it's a ton of value in this video. First of all, this is the upgraded Gen 2 version. So what they did is they went ahead and restyled this. They went ahead and redid the lights. They changed the look of the wheels. This particular one has the red brakes. In 2022, when they came out with the Plaids, they did not have red brakes. And this one also has interesting badging on the side. Now, I haven't done anything, so it has the Plaid on the left and that particular Ultra, whatever that symbol is, Ludicrous Plus or Plaid Mode Plus or whatever it is, that symbol that they do when you launch the car, they gave that to you in a sticker. This one also does have the hitch on it, which I installed. I like having the hitch. I think it just kind of gives it a little bit of a look, but all of these cars should have come with a hitch. Check yours. It'll be in the front trunk. Now, let me show you everything you're gonna wanna know. Now, these have automated doors, as you can see when you walk and approach the car. Now, this one has the white interior. Plaid modes come with carbon fiber. If you don't get the Plaid mode, you're gonna get different trims depending on what color you select. This is white interior. Now, the Plaid comes with 6 seats. If you don't get a Plaid, this is a $6,500 option if you just get a base version and you want the 6-seat configuration. Now, these captain chairs are really cool, guys. Number one, they have glass above you. So it's kind of like a McLaren or driving a Corvette or something. It's just really cool. You can look up, see the stars, see the clouds, very modern. Now, if you want to access the back, push this, look how much that rolls up. I'm gonna zoom that out for you. Look at that. So now as an adult, I have plenty of room. And of course, as a children, they have even more room. And by the way, these, look at that. You get really good usable space back here. These can move forward. If you have full-size adults, they'll actually be comfortable back here. They have plenty of headroom. They got cup holders, they got USB-C charging. And then when you're done, and they're back there, just go ahead and do that. You know, and again, if they're tall, you can go ahead and move this forward a little bit. You can tilt this also up and down, which is kind of cool. And so you get a lot of the features of the front. Now, one thing, these do not fold like the front seats. Now, coming to the back, let me open this up for you. Everything is automatic, as you can imagine on a luxury car. Now, you do have quite a bit of space still. You got space on the sides, and be mindful, you also have space underneath here as well. So quite a bit of space, but if you do need more space, you push this button right here, which on the Gen 2, they made a whole lot easier to find. They actually made an outline and stuff for it, because before it was just like built in hidden, and it would drive you crazy trying to find it. But look how much space you get. And then also be mindful, and this is what makes these damn EVs so practical. You can come over here, you can hit that front trunk, and then you have all of the space here, which is quite a bit. And, you know, keep in mind, there's no heat that's generated anywhere in here. So you can put ice cream in here, you can put whatever you need, and a lot of practical space. So again, if you got three kids, this works. And by the way, if you do have kids, and I'll tell you because I had my P100D, if you got children back here, guys, again, you can go ahead and move this back for a car seat. Now, it's not the largest car in the world, but it'll fit a full-size car seat. You never have to bend over. You can see how tall that is, right? I'm 6 feet tall. I'm 6-7 inches away from the door. So you could stand up fully straight, put your kids in. If it's raining, you get no rain hitting you. It's really, really cool and really, really practical. One of my favorite features of this car. Now, the doors are finicky. If you've got guests, they're gonna be like, well, how do you open it? How do you close it, right? This is open, this is closed. You can also close it here. They don't know that, so you have to be mindful. There's a learning curve for all of your guests when you buy this car. And by the way, the doors can be a little bit of a pain in the ass. Sometimes they don't open all the way. Sometimes they detect something that isn't there. Sometimes they don't like how tall your garage is or how short it is, right? So it just is what it is, but they work. They're a party trick. They're a fun feature, and I'll tell you, if you don't like attention, they're gonna get you some attention, okay? So just be mindful. Now, other Gen 2 upgrades they've done, okay? They restyled all of this, guys. They got rid of the Alcantara up here. They went to that kind of fake leather, but they gave you a nice mix of different, you know, textures. So this has that kind of, not suede texture, it has that kind of like carpet texture to it, right? Then you have the leather feeling with the stitch line here, and you have the carbon fiber with this extra kind of metal piece here. It looks good. You know, again, is it Range Rover? Is it Audi? Is it BMW quality? No, but it's good, you know, especially with the white interior. It has that nice pop to it. It really does look modern and cool. You get double screens here. Now be mindful, if you buy this car, most of these Plaid versions came with a Yoke steering wheel. I did not and do not like the Yoke. Why? Because it tends to, on both sides of the Yoke, here and there, which is pretty much the only place you can put your darn hands, other than down here, it wears away so easily. This is not leather, guys. This is like that fake, you know, suede material, whatever. So it just wears so fast. I had a friend that had one. He had to take it to Tesla multiple times to get them to change that out, which they did under warranty, but still, I didn't like the look. I didn't like the way, you know, I like to kind of sometimes rest my hand here, use it to turn and whatnot. Just kind of finicky with the Plaid version. I don't think that's been a big hit, frankly, for most people. Now, on this version as well, they restyled the seats. These are heated and cooled, that's why they're perforated. This actually has air-conditioned air. You're gonna love it, I'm telling you. Now, as you move on to the inside, they have also restyled all of this, okay? So let me zoom out a little bit. First of all, I've got a ½ gallon in here, and you can see that'll fit it, and I absolutely love it. Now, when you put your phone down here or here, it will automatically charge it. Okay, so it has that charging feature. And then you also get a lot of storage here. If you want to hide this, you just do this, okay? And this is all that nice carbon fiber look. And then if you want to have something here, or you want to have your cup holder here, this really, in a lot of ways, is just genius, guys. It's so cool. I absolutely love it. I'm constantly using it. Lots of storage between here and here. It just works, okay? Now, a couple of things I don't like about the new styled interior, okay? There's no turn stock here for your indicators. Your indicators are right here. This is all haptic feedback. If you want your horn, no horn. That's how you do your horn right here. And let me tell you, that's a little bit annoying. Every once in a while, you're gonna hit it accidentally when you're adjusting your speed on your autopilot and whatnot. It is what it is. This screen, I love this screen, guys. This is best of breed. By the way, if you wanna close all your doors, okay? You can open everything through the screen. It's wonderful. Now, you can also tilt the screen. So when you go here to controls, you hit display. You can see here. That's kind of fun. Now it's completely flush with this design here, okay? I personally had it lean towards me, so I'm gonna go back to that. Okay, if you want to adjust your mirror, so when you get the car, create a profile, go ahead and click this, steering, in, out, save. When you go ahead and go to mirrors, in, out, save, okay? When you go ahead and set up your glove box, you wanna keep a pistol, right? You go ahead and put your pin in here. That's your first thing. Come over here to pedals and steering. I've got it in drag strip mode right now because I'm about to do a point of view drive and we've got 9 minutes left for full 1020 horsepower. I just want to show you guys how this car actually is. And frankly, I haven't actually done plaid mode yet or full drag strip mode, so I wanted to feel what it's like. But let me tell you, just normal plaid mode is insane. But the cool thing about this car as well is you can put it in chill mode and give it to your kid, and that way they won't have, you know, any more than probably 500-600 horsepower, and it's not that nuts 1020 horsepower, because trust me, if you're not ready for it, you're gonna run off the road. It's just absolutely crazy. You can adjust the steering weight. I'm gonna run heavy today. Auto park rocks. Literally auto park, when you put your foot on the pedal, that's typically how you're gonna do it, but with auto park, it will automatically know if there's something behind you. For example, when you're in your garage, and it works really well, by the way, when you're in your garage, you open the garage up and it knows you can't go forward because you got a bunch of stuff there, like mine. You got a fridge there and a sink, and you know, it kind of knows. It's got cameras all over the place, right? So it'll automatically put me in reverse as soon as I put my foot on that brake, which is so cool. So literally, you get in the car, you don't even have to close the door, mind you, okay? You just put your foot on the brake here, and then half the time the car is ready to go. Like, it'll literally be in gear for you, and it just works. So that's a really fun feature I really do like, okay? A couple of other things to note. You can adjust the suspension. You can actually go high or very high if you have to go off-road. I typically run low or very low. You can also go ahead and adjust the suspension dampening. You can see here I have 1 notch above firm on both my settings, so I actually do run advanced. Unless I'm in autopilot, then it does run comfort. Autopilot. This has full self-driving, which I'm going to demonstrate today. I personally don't think it's ready for full self-driving, but you can even do full self-driving from park, which is a new feature. This does have the ASS, actually smart summon mode. So that's something that I feel like is hit or miss. I actually tried to do it earlier today and it wouldn't connect. So it just depends on where you're located and how good your signal is to your phone and if it's feeling like doing it that day, okay? You do have your collision warning and some of that stuff that you can set up, as you can see what I've done right here. A few of the things I do want to cover on this, all right? So let's go over to the amazing arcade. This right here has way more games that are built in than my last one, as you can see. And you also have the ability to do your theater mode, which is right here. My kids love that because the theater mode will actually put content on that screen right there. It does play through the entire speaker system, so if you don't want to have that come on, you do need to then go in here to your sound settings, put your Bluetooth back on, or you can have all these other features built in, Spotify, YouTube Music, Apple Music, etc., Audible. I still Bluetooth my phone because I don't want to have to set all that crap up, but it's built in if you want, which is kind of cool. So that way, if you don't have your phone in the car, for example, you walked away, your kids are still sitting at a supercharger, they can still benefit from all of that. Guys, there's so much built into this stuff. Like, I'll give you one thing that I bet you don't know. When you go to locks, you can adjust the lock sound, and there's so much stuff that you can do. Like, I've got mine on charged up, but you can do rubber ducky, you can do all these things. You can even upload your own to this. Charged up, by the way, is really cool. And you can have a megaphone, so you can talk to people outside the car. You can change your horn sound. I mean, it's just nuts. You can do romance mode. If you don't know what that is, it blows heat. It plays a fireplace. It plays Barry White. It's absolutely hilarious. You know, you just have emissions mode every time you go ahead and go left or right. My kids, to this day, so if you go to fart on demand, well, let's see. Let me turn the radio up. Oh, excuse me. There you go. Following me? So, again, you have all these things that are built in to the car that you just make it fun, right? And no other manufacturer really does that. A few other things that I'll mention: you can adjust your seat heating. You can make it cool or hot from here, or you can also go to this and you can adjust it here. So when you go to your rear seats, if you want to have your passenger heated or cooled, you can do it right there. That's kind of a fun feature. You can also disable it here if you don't have any passengers in there. You could have dog mode. You can keep the mode whatever you're on. If you walk away from the car and you got people in the car, you can put it in camp mode as well, which keeps it at a relatively decent temperature so you don't freeze when you sleep in the car at night. Guys, a lot of things are built into this car. You've also got your camera system. You've got your 3D sensors here. You've got the ability to see both sides. It's not a full 360 view like you're gonna get in a modern Mercedes, but it still works. It's pretty cool. Be mindful, you also have Sentry mode, which is another feature. See this little red button right here? So it's recording everything around me. Somebody walks too close, keys my car, runs into me, etc. It's gonna record that clip. I'm gonna be able to download it off my phone. I can then submit it to the police. I can review it, and I can decide what I wanna do. That right there is called dash cam, mind you. So, and this is literally recording in real time. This is the last event. It's just amazing, guys. Like, it's literally recording as we're sitting here right now. So, you should probably turn that off. You can delete the footage, etc. You should turn that off if you have low battery. You're gonna park it at an airport because it will go ahead and degrade your battery. I've actually learned that the hard way. But there's so much here, guys. You can even see there's Zoom built in now. You have messages, your calendar, a lot going on. It's so cool to have all these features built in. You're gonna love it. I just pretty much just turn on Bluetooth most of the time, right? And just listen to my music. Which, by the way, the sound system in this car is fantastic. Because it's quiet, there's the speakers all over the car. It just makes it so cool. And other things you probably didn't know is you can even view weather. You can view weather right off of here, which is a feature they recently added. So look at this. And by the way, look how responsive this map is. It's just unbelievable. There's really nobody else in the game that's doing it as well as Tesla is. Now, I will say Rivian's really close on the technology and stuff, but it's just a little more finicky. They've really had a lot longer to dial all this stuff in. I mean, look at that. You can see weather in real time. How cool is that? And when you actually go to navigate, this works, guys. I mean, if you need to go somewhere, it just auto-populates exactly where you need to go. So let's say I want to go to Chewy's in Franklin, right? One of my favorite restaurants. Boom. There it is. It's like Google quick, Google ready, and then you're ready to go. And by the way, you can even autopilot all the way there, which I'm going to demonstrate today. It'll even tell you how much range you got. It'll save it right here. So if you accidentally deleted it like I just did, you can put it back. It'll tell you you're going to arrive at 44%, 20 minutes, 16 miles. It'll even tell you what it'll do on a round trip. So that way, if you ever want to see. And look how cool and ready to rock it is. You can adjust your screen. I like to keep mine on north, right? So it always points forward. Anyway, a ton going on this screen. You can almost do an entire review just on the technology right here. Minutes away from having full beam mode, which is 1,020 horsepower, you can hear how loud it is conditioning these batteries, these Kevlar sleeved dual motors. All right, guys, let's go for a drive. And by the way, you have to be mindful when you drive this car that you are driving one of the fastest cars ever made, okay? And it is unreal because you have 1,020 horsepower at your disposal. And as you can see, peak performance is ready, so we can actually do a full launch, which we are gonna do. I'm gonna go down some spirited roads here. I'm gonna go ahead and put the suspension in low mode and full sport mode so you can get an idea of how sporty this car really is. While it looks like a 6-seating SUV, it's actually a GT2 RS in disguise. I can't describe it to you. I mean, I'm gonna show you, but in the end of the day, you just have to get in one of these and actually experience what 1,020 horsepower feels like. It's literally like driving a crotch rocket. I mean, look, that's a quarter throttle. Look at that. And we're doing 53 miles an hour. Like that, okay? And so, if you've ever driven a crotch rocket or a sport bike, a 1,000cc sport bike, when you're on the highway and you roll on the throttle, you just fly by cars. This has the exact same feeling. When you are going 80 miles an hour and somebody, allows you to pass and you give it the accelerator pedal, you're just gone. I mean, you're at 125 miles an hour in 3 seconds. I mean, it's literally that fast. And so if you're not ready for that kind of horsepower, just don't buy this car. Like, you need to be an enthusiast, I feel like, to own a car like this, because you have to respect how much power it actually has. And it's just crazy. I just can't even get over how fast this car is when you want it. I mean, it's nuts, okay? Let's go ahead and put the suspension in sport mode. And as you can see here on the screen, I just went to very low mode. So now this is basically gonna give us, and guys, Jesus, I mean, just a little bit of throttle, and you are just, like, you just feel it, right? The whole shove of the car, you're just pinned to the back of your seat. I'm just talking about quarter throttle. And the coolest part is, it makes no noise. I mean, listen, it's quiet. So if you get in a 700, 800 horsepower traditional internal combustion car, it's so loud, right? You hear the exhaust, you hear the supercharger, the turbocharger, it's just a lot of organic things going on. You're feeling the clutch and you're feeling the shifts and all that. In this car, it's just butter. And it feels like the future. And so when everybody tells me that EV's this and, it's not it's just like Elon Musk and his team is playing chess and everybody else is just playing checkers, okay? Because this is just superior to everything else when you drive it. I mean, it's just unreal, guys. Like, okay, look, I mean, Jesus. I'm telling you, that's half throttle. Are you tracking with me? I hope you are, because that's half throttle, guys. And remember, it's all one pedal driving. I just slowed down there. I never hit the brakes. Now, if you do need the brakes, these Brembo brakes are great. But again, with one pedal driving, especially with the motor condition like it is, like, it's going to give you all that acceleration, and then it's also going to give you all that deceleration. And it feels like a roller coaster. It's just, I mean, again, just go to Tesla, do a demo of one of these. All right? And I promise you, once you do, and I'm not trying to sell you one of these, but once you do, you're going to be like, I don't think I can go back to an internal combustion car. You go back to an AMG Mercedes, you go back to a Range Rover, even an SVR or something really, really crazy, right? This is just going to absolutely destroy it if you're an enthusiast, right? It's just so capable. I mean, God, it's all-wheel drive, so you just have so much horsepower. I mean, look at this. I mean, again, I'm taking it easy right now, and this is a 6-seating SUV. It's just like, it's 85. I mean, God dang, it's just nuts. Okay, right there, I'm giving it brake, okay? That's the first time I've used brake this whole drive. Oh my God, it's so much fun to drive, guys. I mean, it's like you can have so much fun in this car and nobody knows it. And that's so cool in my opinion. I don't want to get the car all dirty. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can give it all of that throttle and go 0 to 60 all day long, and it's super quiet and nobody knows it. And that's such a fun thing, I think. It's like when you drive a high horsepower car, especially one with a loud exhaust, like, everybody knows you're having fun. The Karens are going to report you and whatnot. This car, so stealthy. Not only does it look stealthy, but it just, like, they don't know that you're going Mach 1, I mean, Jesus. That's a quarter throttle, and you're doing 70. Again, it's crazy, okay? But I love it. I love the way the steering feels. I mean, grant you, it's not as good as a hydraulic, Lotus or something like that. I mean, it's not an enthusiast system, but it has a good weighting to it. The brakes feel good. They're progressive. They're pretty bitey from initial go. It's just great to drive. You're not gonna ever use dragster mode like I am today, but I'm reviewing the car for you, so I figured I'd give you full beans. But for the most part, you're just going to enjoy having effortless torque all the time. Okay, guys, we've reached the point of the video now where I want to demonstrate autopilot. So I'm going to go ahead and now transition where I'm actually going to pull my seat back a smidge. This car is now driving us to the restaurant of Chewy's that I put in earlier, okay? And so I am gonna have to touch the wheel as it pops up with messages, but overall, I'm gonna let it drive us all the way onto the highway, merge onto the highway, navigate highway traffic. You can adjust your speed here. You can also adjust your 3 modes. You've got chill, normal, and hurry. As you can see here, it's in hurry mode right now. So it's actually driving above the speed limit. Currently doing 9 over the speed limit, which is interesting. Used to only allow you to do 5 over the speed limit on a B road, but they've adjusted that. But now you can see it slows down a little bit. So everything is being run by engineers now at Tesla. You're in their hands, okay? But I think it's really important to demonstrate this car and demonstrate autopilot. So you can see the map, you can see where we're going, and I'm just gonna let it do its thing, okay? So I might cut this clip up here or there based on how I feel it does or doesn't do. I will tell you, I always have to intervene. You can see it just passed a sign at 40 and it hasn't slowed down. So I'm gonna now slow us down because I don't wanna get a speeding ticket. Okay, now it's adjusted down to 40. So it didn't catch the first sign, it caught the second sign. So again, it's a perfect example. Is it ready for mainstream? No, it's not. Be mindful of that, okay? I think anybody who's banking on Tesla stock right now with them having a fully autonomous vehicle in 2025 is absolutely out of their minds. If I saw this car driving without somebody in the actual driver's seat monitoring it, I'm gonna lose my stuff. And again, I've had 3 of these things. I've done more autopilot miles than probably any reviewer on YouTube. I'm not kidding you guys. I really believe that. All right, so it's gonna make this left turn now. It's indicated, it's slowing down. It's made the turn. Perfect. Okay, now if that doesn't feel like the future, I don't know what is, guys. And again, are you gonna get that with a Mercedes? No. You're gonna get that with Ford? No. You're gonna get that, yes, you're gonna get Blue Cruise. Now again, it's going over train tracks. I don't wanna go over train tracks that fast. So I just slowed down. So again, I intervened, okay? It should have noticed that we were going over train tracks and it should have slowed down. It didn't. Perfect example of it not being ready for prime time, all right? Anyway, let's let it, I just re-engaged it, and you can see it's as easy to re-engage as that. You can hit this button, you could grab the steering wheel, you can put your foot on the brake, it'll clearly disengage. So if I, for some reason, have to unengage, that's it, okay? So just so you know, it's that easy to do. And by the way, every time you do that, it does come up with this message, why did you do it? And you can actually tell Tesla by voice commands. And by the way, I didn't mention voice commands earlier. The voice commands on this car work amazing. And they really do. Hey, Tesla, turn on my heated seat. Actually, it just said searching for media. That's a perfect example of it not working. See? Even when I think it does it. Turn on my heated seat. All right, well, apparently it wants to turn on the radio. Well, that's weird. And it did not turn on my heated seat. So, again, I guess you gotta love technology, right? When it's on a review, it doesn't work, but it works great usually. I have no idea why it's not understanding me today, but it is what it is. So again, it's navigating this B road fine. Well, here, let's see how it does. This is actually a little bit of a dicey turn. I actually notice a lot of people have a hard time with this turn. So it's a left sweeper and a pretty tight right-hand drive, a right turn here. It's slowed down now to 36, 35. Got a little bit tight to that right side, but I'm gonna let it go. Not enough for me to be concerned. And now it's accelerating to 45. Okay. Like I said, it's pretty darn good. I mean, it drives pretty damn good, I would say 95% of the time. I don't think it's as good as Elon has said in his press conferences, frankly. I'll give you an example. I was on the highway literally yesterday. I was autopilot on I-65, and the car literally got it over in the other lane without indicating. And I actually had to take control again. And oh, look, it's in the middle of the road. You following me? Did you see that? That was a left turn, kind of a left sweeper, and it was in the middle of the road. That is not ready for prime time. I'm sorry, guys. Here's a right-hand turn. Navigated that one just fine. It is what it is. I think it's wonderful technology. I think they're heading in the right direction. I think it's gonna get to the point one day when I'll feel comfortable having this car drop off my daughter or my son anywhere and then drive itself home. But in this moment in time, in January of 25, it ain't there yet, okay? It's just point blank. But it works really well, guys. And if you don't feel like making the $8,000 investment, you can upfront, mind you, for full self-driving, you can pay $99 a month plus tax, so it's like $109 I think. At least here in Tennessee it is. And you can get all the benefits of it. Keep in mind, the car comes with standard autopilot, which will not change lanes for you, but it still allows this type of driving. So if you're on a back road, it will never navigate to your destination like this one is, but in the end of the day, it still works really, really well for just normal driving. You know, like if you're gonna go down to Florida and you're gonna be on the highway, once you get in your lane, you put it on regular autopilot, it'll drive for you the whole time, right? It's great. Now, one thing you need to be mindful of, you see this right here? There's a camera here that is monitoring my eyes. And so if I pick up my phone, and let's say I get a text message, and I put my phone here, it will literally come up with a message saying, "Are you attentive?" And so that's one of those things. Whew, look at that. It noticed the trash in the road. That's really cool. You probably didn't even see that. So again, it will work pretty well, but if you have your phone in your hands, it will come up with a message saying, you know, pay attention. And it'll actually disengage if it notices you're picking up your phone a lot. I've actually had that happen to me before, especially without sunglasses. So with sunglasses, you can kind of keep your phone like here, and it can't notice that you're actually looking at your phone. And then of course, if you're wearing sunglasses, so that's a little bit of a cheat code. But overall, guys, I will tell you, I do not like that feature. That is government BS, and it really does drive me nuts. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Okay, so now we have a four-way stop, okay? This is a four-way stop. And so let's see how it navigates this. We got a car over here. We got a car making a left, so it's stopping. Okay, that car's gone. Okay, we're good. So look at that. It noticed both sides of traffic, and it decided that it was safe to go. And I am confirming that it was safe to go by me looking both ways. But as you can see, it's very advanced. There is no other manufacturer that's anywhere close to Tesla when it comes to full self-driving. Again, though, it's not ready for prime time. And anybody who thinks it is, go drive their car, go do a 30-mile trip, 40-mile trip, go into the city, go into traffic. It's just not ready yet. It cannot make the same type of laser quick decisions that a human can. And you'll see that it just makes weird errors, weird things. But overall, on a road like this, other than maybe getting over a little bit here or there like it did that one time, works pretty darn well. This is actually gonna give you a whole lot of energy back, okay? And it's just wonderful. And it's one of those things that once you get used to autopilot at this level, it's so hard to go back. And I use it all the time. Now, I don't necessarily do FSD all the time because there is a little cheat code. You can cover this up and go into autopilot beta, which allows you to still do lane changing. Now, it will not allow you to drive to your total destination like it is right now, but that allows you to then look at your phone, email, and again, when I'm working, I want to be able to do that. I'm constantly getting blown up with texts, emails, etc. from my clients. I'm looking at stocks. I'm always doing things. And so again, when I'm on a longer trip and I'm autopiloting, the whole point of autopilot is I don't have to do all of the work. And I trust that as long as I'm still paying somewhat attention, looking behind me, looking at the sides every once in a while. Look at this. It's navigating this 3-way, no problem. Actually, that's a 4-way. Perfect. Exactly as I would have done it, no hesitation, okay? It'll notice this truck coming in now. Perfect. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and get onto the highway here. Here we go, indication on the left. All right, we got a car coming. So again, I've got my foot on the brake, just in case. Okay, it sees it, and we're good to go. Look at that. That's pretty amazing technology. Again, while I don't think it's ready for prime time yet, it's obvious to me that they're getting closer and closer. Of that, I have no doubt about it. Okay, indicating, no problem. Still taking it real easy. Now, I bet you money it's gonna go ahead and get around this guy. It is, because I've got it in hurry mode. And so now it's gonna accelerate. We'll see how fast it goes. And again, I'm not doing anything. You understand? I haven't adjusted or touched anything in probably the last 10 minutes. All right, now we're doing 80. It is consciously deciding to speed on its own, 81. So if law enforcement watches this, other than the crazy launch we did in the middle of nowhere, like that is literally what Tesla has programmed the car to do. So it's allowing it to go 80, 81, 82, 83, because that is what it assumes that hurry mode means. And I'll tell you, if you go 70, 75 these days, I mean, people get pissed off at you, right? I mean, they get angry. So everybody goes 70, 80, 75, 80 miles an hour, even 85 now. It's kind of the normal. I feel like we should raise the speed limits to 75, 80, like they do in Texas and whatnot. It just kind of makes sense. Look at that. It's deciding now to go 81, 82. Okay, it's decided 82 is about as fast as it wants to go. 84? Oh, jeez. Okay, now it's slowed down just a smidge, 82. So it knows it has to get in front of this truck, right? Because it has to make this right. Are you following me, guys? Like, it is navigating. So it's going to decide now, do I want to get in front of this guy? And I do. So it's go ahead and indicate it. So it's shifted over. Okay. So it just accelerated ahead of all of those cars like a human would be, merged to the right, and now it's going to go ahead and merge onto 65. Whoa, 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 look at that. I'm not taking over, but it just went really, really aggressively to the right, and that was actually a mistake. Did you catch that? So it actually got onto the tire treads that give you that annoying noise to let you know when you're falling asleep. Real quick, guys, I wanted to mention this has the new heat pump, and so it's much more efficient. And I will tell you, the air conditioning in this car works really well, but my favorite feature is still this mode right here, which is biodefense mode. So let's assume, like I was just at Chick-fil-A here. I'm getting ready to get Chick-fil-A for my guys for the poker game tonight, and there was a big diesel truck that just pulled out, and it was stinking. And so in most cars, you just have to smell that son of a you-know-what. In this car, all you have to do is go over here, biodefense mode, and now it will completely purify the air with a HEPA quality filter, same filter you're going to get at a hospital. And you can hear how much it's blowing at you now. And so this will, within 20 seconds, it got rid of all the diesel smell. And I just think that is really, really cool. This car, it just has so many features that make it better. Like, for example, when you come to a stop, you don't have to hold your foot on the brake. It automatically does it for you. You can also see when you're at an intersection like this, look at how the self-driving is now monitoring everything that's going on around it. Every time the stop sign goes from red to green, it's going to go ahead and give you a chime. So now you can stare at your phone. You can do whatever you want. You don't even have to pay any attention. As soon as it goes green, as you're about to see, I get a notification. And so it just makes the daily driving, it's like everybody else is, like I said multiple times, is playing checkers, and this car is just chess. And then you just have all this performance and power It's just absolutely nuts. It's like everybody around you is just driving a damn dinosaur and you're driving the future. And again, if you don't know, you don't know. I mean, look, I'm coming onto the highway here, and again, let me show you how easy it is to get up to speed. Look at this. I'm up to speed. It's literally that fast. And that's not even 60% throttle. You know, overall, going on long road trips on this thing is easy. It'll calculate everything. Like, let's say you want to go down to Florida, right? So let's say Florida. Oop. Here we go, Florida, okay? It'll go ahead and map out my entire trip to Florida, exactly where I've got to supercharge and for exactly how long while I'm driving, while it's on the fly. And so that technology is just absolutely incredible. And then you can literally see your entire route. You got to charge here. You got to charge here. It'll tell you how many are available in that exact moment. It's just, you know, it's like this makes driving and owning an EV car so damn easy, you know, and I've taken my Model X's on many road trips. I've never had an issue with supercharging. I've never had a problem where there wasn't a stall available. I've never had a problem where they didn't work. So from my point of view, it's been really easy to own a Tesla.